Hi everyone. So today's topic is attitude. So every people have attitude and it varies from people to people. And it is one of the important topic in OB or organization behavior. It is a topic that is being learned to the management students. So let's start with today's topic. So, what is attitude and what is the definition? Attitude is a mental position relative to a way of thinking or being. It's a hypothetical construct that represents an individual's like or dislike for an item. So, it's basically a mental position, that is the way you're thinking or the way you're behaving and the way you have liking or dislike for any item or an object. So it's the kind of hypothetical construction that you have, that any individual have, that creates the like or dislike for an item, for any particular item. It's your mental position also that is related to the way you are thinking or the way you are behaving, the way you are giving importance to an object. So it's basically a mental position that is relative to a way of being, way of thinking or being. Next come the nature of attitude. So first, attitude are a complex combination of things we tend to call personality, beliefs, values, behaviors and motivations. So attitude is basically a complex combination of things, right? That we tend to call personality. Personality is also a collection of traits, behavior, characteristics, likes, dislikes, mental stability, your thoughts, your beliefs, that is, you believe something, right? Your values for something, the way you behave, the way you get motivated from something, from someone. All these things makes the attitude. That is, all this combination of things make your attitude. It exists in every person's mind. Attitude provides us with internal cognition. Cognition means belief, the way you have thought for something, of beliefs and thoughts about people and objects. It reflects a consumer's value. It reflects a kind of value. Attitudes are learned. Sometimes attitudes are learned. You have learned that particular attitude. That means you will behave in that situation in that particular way, and you have learned that from earlier situation or earlier place. You have learned that you need to have a disciplined attitude in an organization, in your school, in your office. That means you have learned that through your previous incidents or situations. Different situations influence attitudes. When you are when you're among your friends, you will have a different attitude. You'll behave different, you will behave in a different way, right? And when you are among your office colleagues, when you're in a meeting, you will behave in a different way. When you're in your school, you will behave in a different way. So different situations, when you're angry, when you are depressed with something, so that point of time you will behave in a different way. When you are happy, when you have got a reward from somewhere, for your good job you have got a reward, and in that point of time you will behave in a different way. That means your attitude will be different. Your attitude only make your behavior. So different situations influence different attitudes. The way the situation comes, in that way you will behave. In that way you will show your attitude. ABC model of an attitude. So what is the full form of ABC? That is affective, behavioral, cognitive. sorry. Components: affective, behavioral, intentions, and cognitive. So affective, in case of affective comes the physiological indicators and verbal statements about feelings. Behavioral intentions, observed behavior, verbal statements about intentions, cognitive attitude scales, verbal statements about belief. So here we are going to study in details about these three things, that is affective, behavioral, and cognitive. Affective component. This involves a person's feelings or motivations about the object. Evaluations are based on positive, it will be evaluation, not evaluation, will be A, are based on positive and negative emotions associated with the target. So here how you are having a kind of feeling for this spider. Through this example you will understand easily. I am scared of spider. That means your feeling or your emotion for spider is you are getting scared, right? So this involves a person feelings that comes you are getting scared about the object. Which one is the object? Here the object is the spider, right? So with this, evaluations are based on positive, so sometimes your emotion will be positive, sometimes negative. Behavioral component. The way the attitude we have influence how we act or behave. It's a tendency to act in a certain manner towards the object. Example, I'll avoid and scream if I see one. So as you get scared of spider, what you will do? You will avoid spider, so you will never have to face this spider because you get afraid of spider. So what you will do? You will avoid. So here this is the kind of behavior you will going to show for the object. Here the object is spider, so you will avoid that object. You will never come in front of that object. So the way you are showing the attitude, the way we have influences how we act or behave. It's a tendency to act in a certain manner. So here you are acting in a certain manner, right? Here you are avoiding. Cognitive component. This involves a person's belief, knowledge about an object. Evaluations based on beliefs and facts. I believe spiders are dangerous. So you have a kind of belief, you have a kind of thought, I believe spiders are dangerous. As you get scared, as you get afraid of spiders, you have a certain belief that spiders are dangerous. Your friend might thought that no, I don't get afraid of spiders. Spiders is this tiny thing, and why I'll get afraid of spider? According to me, spiders are nothing. I can then and there kill the spider. So this is the different attitude for different person, different belief, different thought for different person. So as I've said, it varies from man to man. So all this thing I've already explained. So affective, behavioral, and cognitive. So these topics are already finished. Attitude formation. 4 distinct ways in which attitudes can form towards some issue, event, person, or thing. These 4 ways in which attitudes can be formed apply mostly when there is no prior or existing attitude or knowledge about the object. So there are 4 distinct ways through which attitudes can form towards some issue, event, person, or thing. And if you have, and this case not applies for the fact that if you have prior knowledge or experience about that thing, that means you will have an existing knowledge about the object. An existing attitude you will have. This is the thing that happens then and there. It's a new kind of thing that happens. when you have no knowledge or when you have no information about the object. How is attitude formed? Attitudes form directly as a result of experience. They may emerge due to direct personal experience or from observation. So attitude form as a result of experience. As you are experiencing something, that's why you are forming a kind of attitude. They might come from a direct personal experience also, or from your observation from something. Social roles and social norms can have a strong influence on attitudes, right? How your means from society also, there are many social roles, there are many social norms. From that also you have a kind of, you gather a kind of strong attitude that influenced your attitude. Social roles relative to how people are expected to behave in a particular role or context. Advertisers use classical conditioning to influence your attitude toward a particular object. So advertisers also use tricks, that is classical conditioning, to influence your attitude so that you get attracted toward this particular object. Functions of attitudes. Attitudes have four main functions. So what are the functions? Adjustment function, ego defensive function, value expressive function, and knowledge function. Adjustment function. Attitudes help people to adjust to their work environment. Well-trained employees tend to develop a positive attitude towards their job, management, and organization in general, whereas B-rated and ill-rated organization members develop a negative attitude. So attitudes help you to adjust in any kind of situation in your work environment. So when you're in your workplace, this attitude will help you to adjust in that particular environment. Well treated means the employees with whom the organization play a good behavior, behave properly. The other employers behave properly. So well-treated employees tend to develop a positive attitude. They gather a kind of positive attitude towards their job, management, and the organization. Whereas the other who are B-rated and ill-treated organization, they develop a negative attitude, as their organizations are also not behaving with them properly, as other members are not behaving with them properly. They also gather a kind of negative attitude towards them, towards the organization. Ego defensive function. Attitudes are formed to protect the ego. Value expressive function. A consumer's attitudes are often a reflection of their values. Like when you are liking a product, you will have a positive kind of attitude for that product, so you will readily buy that product. But when you are not happy with the products, you know that you are not happy with the product, so you are not happy with the quality, that time you will have a negative attitude for the product, for the particular brand, for the particular company. So in this way, this value expressive function acts. So your attitudes will play a reflection that time for the values. Knowledge function. Attitudes help consumers make decisions and process and filter information. So attitude will help you to take or make decision, and will help you to process the decision, and how you will filter the information. That means how you will spread the information about the thing, how you will say about the anything. It can be anything, like if you are liking any product, if you're having prior knowledge about the product, and if you're having positive attitude for the product, you will give a very good information about the product. So simultaneously, if you're not happy with the product, that time your information will be different. Note, there is a note. So there are few actions which develop the power of positive attitude. So few actions there with which you can develop the power of positive attitudes. So with this I'm ending the video. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching. I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care.